Hello, today I'm going to be making a country's food tier list. I did also ask my subscribers what they think. I'm going to compare what my subscribers think to what I think. So first up we got Brazil. Meat and beans is all they eat, which is pretty fucking good. So I'm going to give that a solid A tier. Next up we got Chinese food. Who doesn't like Chinese food? Dogs. Probably. Chinese buffets, fucking sign me up, baby. They are fucking amazing. So I'm gonna give that, it would be an A tier, but they eat like century eggs and stuff. So it's going down to B tier. Next up we got Cuba. I've eaten Cuban food one time. I had like a Cuban sandwich and it was complete dog shit. So it's gonna get, it would get a D tier, but they get a bonus point because Joey Diaz is from there and he's a living legend. So it's gonna go C tier. Next up we got England. You know, I may be from there, but I'm not biased. We don't do amazing food. It's okay. Completely unbiased. It's going in the A tier. Next up, we got France, which was included in the poll that I gave to my subscribers. And guess what? Out of 100 people, one person picked France as having the best food. Croissants, amazing. But snails are going in the C tier. Next up we got Germany. You can't really fuck up burgers and hot dogs. Straight away, solid A tier. Just don't ask the burgers or hot dogs what they were doing between 1939 and 1945. Next up we got Greece. Been there before. What did I eat? What's it called? Gyros. One of those. Anyway, this was also on the poll. 7 people out of 100, nearly 10%, said it was the best food ever. I have to disagree. It's okay, and for that, it gets a B tier. That's pretty good, especially compared to France. Next up, we got India. Indian food slaps. Only like half of the Indian food that I've ever had is actually good though. The other half just burns a hole straight through your asshole and straight through the earth. Like it's trying to get to China so it can fucking eat a century egg. So for that, I give it a B tier, but I'm actually gonna dox a point. Those Indian street food TikTok, what was going on there? That shit was disgusting. So C tier. Next up, we got Italia. According to my subscribers, is by far number 1. 46 people out of 100 gave it number 1. I'm not gonna lie, I agree. S tier food. Pizza, pasta. You can't really go wrong. It's fucking incredible. Next up, we got Japan. The last time I ate sushi, I had the worst food poisoning I think I've ever had. So fuck Japan, instant D tier. According to my subs, it was second, which I'm just saying is completely wrong. Anyway, next up, we've got Ireland, instant D tier, because, hear me out, we all know that Irish people drink alcohol. They don't consume solids. Next up, we got Poland. I think they cook the Jews or something. Don't do that. D tier. Next up we got Portugal. I've only eaten Portuguese food like twice. I think one time I had a pastel de nata. I don't know how you pronounce that. Go and ask Purge, because he's Portuguese. Speaking of him, the second time that I ate Portuguese food was with him, and we had like pig's ear stew or something. And it slapped. It was really good. I'm gonna give it A tier, but minus a point because Purge is from there. Next up we got Turkey. Turkish kebab. That's the only Turkish food I think I've ever had. Does Turkish delights count? If they do, minus point for that because I fucking hate them. They are disgusting. I guess kebab and Turkish delight is the only ones I've ever tried. So it goes in the B, C, C+. Next up we got the USA. And I was trying to think actually of what food that I would be entering for the USA because they have no original food. And funnily enough, someone on the poll commented the United States, like for example, and then this guy said chicken fingers and French fries. But yeah, this didn't help really, so I settled on corn dogs, and they're okay. They're like the most middle of the range they're like the most middle of the range food I think you could get. So is going B tier. Now I know Americans are going to be mad at that. They're going to be like, we've got the best food. Yeah, but like I'm talking about foods that you invented. I don't doubt that you make amazing food. Next up we got Jamaica. All I've eaten from here is jerk chicken, which is good, and I love the accent, so bonus point for that. Going in the A tier. Next up we got Wales. Who would have thought that Welsh people actually cook animals rather than you know. Anyway, I think I've only eaten like one Welsh thing. It's called like Welsh rabbit. I don't know.
Welsh rabbit.
And it's pretty good. I'll give it B tier. Minus point for the sheep. Next up we got Vietnam, and I've only ever eaten Vietnamese food in Wales. I mean, it was okay, just like noodles and shit. And like, not to be racist, but like that is all they served. It was good. I give it a B tier. Can't really fuck up noodles. Next up we got Spain. Spanish food's good. I give it an A tier. Next up we got Scotland. I actually bought a hat in Scotland one time. They have awful food over there. Just saying. Edinburgh is one of my favorite cities, probably like my second favorite city in the world. The only thing that lets it down is how shit the food is, and it is so expensive For what reason? But in terms of like original Scottish food, all I've tried is haggis, which tastes like dirt. So I'm gonna put it in the C tier. Next up, we got South Korea. Again, noodles and shit is all that I've ever eaten from this place. It's going in the B tier. Next up, we got Mexico. Their food is pretty lit, I'm not gonna lie. You know, you got quesadillas, how the fuck do you say that? I forgot.
Quesadilla.
You got like tacos and stuff, which like, you can't go wrong with it. That's all I've said this video. When a country has food, you can't go wrong with, A tier. So Mexico goes in the A tier, baby. See you later. This is the food list. Like and subscribe.